Hey everybody, it's Carlos with Immortals Inc. podcast, and I got Mike over here on the mic, and I'm going to do some yelling because what happened when you know what I said was going to happen with all these proxies and fake cards? Well, it happened. So anyway, listen, I don't have a problem, as stated in the other video that got a bunch of views, that Wizards has rules for proxies and fake cards and all that other nonsense. All right, I'm not going to go over those rules again. Refer to the other video.
Yep, it's up there somewhere.
Boop.
White card.
But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about something that happened at the store. I am a store. We are a store. We have to keep customers happy. We take trade-ins or we purchase cards from people, and it's important that we know what we're talking about. We have a whole room dedicated to online sales.
Employees dedicated to that room.
Yes. And Diana, my wife, handles it. And she
does handle it.
Yeah, takes great pride in it.
She handles it very well.
What we did have is we have a younger employee, and she did nothing wrong, just so everybody knows.
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Because she was able to call us. Now, classic Magic cards. If somebody were to walk in here and say to you, and this is exactly what happened, if somebody were to walk into here and say to you, hey, I have 2 cards I want to trade in. I don't know what the other card was, but one card was definitely a tropical island. White border, 90% sure. This person wants to do the trade immediately. We don't do trades immediately. We take the card in, we fill out a form, we evaluate it, we make sure it's good, and then we give you an offer. Maybe take a couple, depends how many cards you have. Maybe have a couple.
Because it wouldn't be fair to everybody else.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. So he was very insistent that they needed to be traded now. She scanned the cards because we use TCG Player, and it came up with that. If anybody knows Tropical Island White Border, either either revised or unlimited, the minimum card value is going to be what?
I don't know, how much is that going for?
Minimum for it depends on what white border it was. I wasn't sure because I wasn't here. $500.
Minimum for one of those?
$500 minimum cost for that card.
For a tropical island. If you want a tropical island, you're going to pay $500 minimum for it.
Yeah, that's the average going price.
Yeah,
that's the average price. But the lowest value of a white border tropical island is $500. So they wanted to trade it in, and they wanted to trade it in now. They just wanted some Pokemon, because Pokemon's hot. So our employee did the correct thing, called us and said, hey, this guy wants to do this with this card and this card. And I said, and as soon as she said that, I said, no, it's fake. Because I knew. I go, is it a regular? No, never seen him before. Well, I saw him because we have cameras. So I'm like, oh, I don't know who that guy is. And he might have been right, but I doubt it. But he goes, oh, he gave the sob story of somebody who was sick with cancer and they just had him lying around. And I only want $50 each in trade. So not even cash, $50 each. So now, mind you, nobody knows anything about Magic. Is going to bring in 2 of the harder cards to find, 2 hard to find cards, and only want $50 each. So I was very upset. And it's like, I mean, come on now. When somebody's trying to.
They just wanted some Burger King.
Yeah.
Nice little BK.
It would have been easier if you'd have said, hey, I haven't eaten today. I just need a couple bucks. I don't know this guy. And maybe I'm ragging on him. Maybe he really did. Maybe somebody else bought it. But coincidentally, another store owner, Warzone, called us and said another guy came in and tried to do the same thing. Tried to trade Chris a bunch of cards that were old. And he said, he kept looking. He goes, nope, they do not seem right. And I said, yeah, because, Chris and I, we're old school players. We know Magic. I know what I'm looking at. You can almost touch a card and feel it and be like, that's not right. And first off, there's no way you're going to find a super clean, unlimited, revised, beta, alpha, because it's not a thing. You're not going to find that.
There's probably some, but just like it's too low of a number.
Yeah, there is no, because those were played cards.
Sure,
that's how the game became famous, So every one of those cards is going to have some wear on it. They're not going to be super clean.
Mark, do you have a tropical island near me?
Oh, yeah. We know a couple guys who probably do have a 10 or 9
But I'm just saying, like, that's such
it's
a low
super
proportion,
rare, and he's an exception. He's like an exceptional collector of them. So that's super rare on top.
And he wouldn't ask for $50 for it.
No, nobody would. And then even if you told the guy, hey, listen, that's a valuable card, you leave it, I'll evaluate it for you. Nope. No, I gotta go. Yeah, I know why you gotta go. So
You gotta go to the next store.
yeah, don't do that no more. So then I gotta call people and let people know, hey, let everybody know that this happened. So that's why I'm doing this video, because that's where the problem with the proxies and all that nonsense comes from. Like, so I have a whole pile of proxies here, right? And supposedly proxies are made so they don't represent the card. Every single one of these represents the card. And
Especially if you show the back.
Yeah. Well, the back's not a problem. The back's always different. The back's not always different. And if you don't know what you're looking at, and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I got that, or some kid or somebody doesn't know, or try to come in and get the employee you think is going to fall for it, then that's not right. So these are all proxies, fake cards with the back's not different. The back's made to represent that. The front's made to represent that. There's nothing, this is fine if this is your personal collection, but you come and try to trade them in. Will was able, remember Will? Will does a couple skits for us. He does a lot of character stuff. But you'll remember him. He was able to secure this for us. He didn't want to say where he got them or how he got them, but these were floating around. So, and mind you, I don't think he didn't do it at all, but he was able to prevent it from being,
and like,
flipped around.
How can you tell that those are fake?
Like, I know because I've held the real cards. These are fake. These are fake as all get out.
Just for people who might be watching this and, might have that issue with figuring
the printing
out.
Like the printing's a little blurry around here. It looked like it's one piece. There's no wear on these cards. Like if you get a card like this that's supposed to be old, and then anybody watching this who knows these, they're going to be like, oh, I could tell just me holding this up probably tells fake. Just to look at it. Like I said, if you got your proxies and do whatever, but I knew that was going to happen. Somebody tried to trade them in and come in and give me some garbage, walk out of here with my money. Not cool, guy. Not cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of websites that are coming out now that are from people who make proxies, and they're legitimately hard to tell.
Yeah, there's ones that I've seen that like they print them like this, but on the back it says Magic Proxy.
Oh yeah,
like it says it.
That's more admirable than just.
I can deal with that. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But these are blatant ripoffs that you're going to get some kid with.
And that's that website Chris was just telling us about that just came out.
We're not going to mention it.
We're not going to mention it, but there's a new website, bunch of websites, not just this one, that you can get these and they look identical. Even Chris just said he had a hard time figuring out if it was real or not.
Yeah, that's why he's old school. Like he knows if I got to look at it, we have the whole thing. That's why we evaluate cards. Sometimes you're looking like we had a Pokemon problem, and it wasn't like kids were trying to rip us off, but little kids were not little, but parents were bringing their kids in,
and they don't. Even the parents don't know.
Yeah, the kids are like, "Oh, I want to trade these in. I traded at school," and then you got to tell these poor kids, or you have to get them. Hey, listen, your kid just got ripped off. They aren't real. Take them to another store to evaluate. But we got a pretty good Pokemon. We got a couple people that are good with the Pokemon that know. And I got like if I don't know, I got like 4 or 5 guys I can call to come look at this thing. Diana's getting to the point where she's almost like she knows just by touching.
I mean, what helps me, what might help you guys if you're watching this and you need like some clarity, get a real card, one that you actually know is real. You pull it from a pack. And if somebody tries trading you a card that's fake, you could really just tell if you just grab the fake card. I mean, the card stock, the reflection, a lot of it, most of the time, is just a sticker right on top of it. Also, the printing, you could just tell.
I just watched Alpha Investments, that website. He just did one where he got a bunch. He got a fake $400, $500 card. His friend did, and he did a video on it. Showed how the back was peeled off of the card, and it was fake. Obviously fake. When he was talking, when he flipped it around, I'm like, oh, that's fake, or that's. I knew, just by looking at it. But once he gives a really good breakdown. I'll send you the link if you can attach it in here for Alpha Investments and show you how to think. But be careful. Be careful, because these are like, it's like anything else. It's an investment. If you're going to spend $400, $500, $50 on a card, that's an investment. You got to make sure it's right. And if you don't know, you can ask us. we'll give you our opinion. Because sometimes it's real easy to tell that's not real. Sometimes it's harder. And then if not, like I said, I have people I can call and say, hey, listen, I can't tell on this one. But there's only, we have the jewelers. When you look through it with
that's
the
a
jewelers,
big teller right there. Is the magnifying glass on the back of one of the opals.
Jewelers, the jeweler's glass. You can tell with that. The other way is to tear it. And it's like, is that real? I mean, if it is, you're kind of screwed. But yeah, But to be able to do that, it's cool. But like I said, refer to our other video about proxies. About how what the Wizards rules are and how we feel about it. I've had a big long discussion. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody coming in with a fake card trying to trade it in to rip the stores off. Because if it's not me, and I've never, we're in the Cleveland area, so we get new customers all the time.
And it's okay if they don't know that it's fake.
Yeah, if you didn't know it was fake, guy, come on back.
But we probably knew that they knew by saying, no, I can't wait for this. I have to.
Yeah, there was a lot of red flags with that.
Like if they would have waited and been okay with waiting, that would have been a little bit easier on us because it's like, okay, we went through that card. And
because
okay.
I could even came up here because something like that, I'm like, all right, let me see what you got going on. If your sister, your cousin, or whatever's really sick, then yeah, I'll help you. I can probably turn that card around for you right away. For somebody who'll come down here with some cash for you. But if you're going to be like, no, and run out, come on. And I've never seen you before. I don't know who you are. It's not hard to, and then you just get the next guy. But most stores around, we're in Cleveland, so we have a lot of cards in and out. We have a high volume of cards. So any store in the Cleveland area is pretty hip to what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but just be leery out there, guys. I mean, apparently there's a rush of it because they're valuable. It's actual real money cash. We're not talking about toys or
games. It's a good scam too. Like if you didn't have a karmic belief, it's a really good scam for people just to be like, hey, go up to old people. Yeah, kids.
Kids is the one who gets, like, we get a lot of Pokemon with kids.
Oh yeah. I just had to tell my brother trading at school, blatant fake. I'm like, hey dude, don't trade again.
Where's that kid at?
I was like, don't you trade again. So I had to tell him, like, don't trade again because they're giving out these gold Pokemon. You see the gold ones where there's like all gold on the front and they're just complete fakes. Like the back's even gold. The back of it's gold.
So Vargas, Pedro and I went to a flea market one time and they had Pokemon packs and there was boxes. I don't know. They were like $1 a piece. I'm like, man, these are probably fakes. Oh, these are real. I'm like, I don't know. So we, like $20 later each, we had like a box of Pokemon. We brought it in, fake. But it was to us, it was nothing.
Yeah, it was a good little $20 donation to those guys.
Yeah, $20 to we know what booth you are, down at Jamie's Flea Market.
I will find you.
And
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, but to us, it was just playing around. Like we got. It was just open. It was just a $20 joke for each of us. A little kid, that's $20. That's your work week for a 12-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So, but just be leery. If you like this content, you want to see more of it, give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you're one of the ones who watches who don't subscribe, just hit that little subscribe button. We'd appreciate it.
It helps. Even though if you watch a bunch of times and you're like, I thought I was subbed. Just hit that button. It helps. You could even turn notifications off. We don't care.
Yeah. So just watch out.
And if you want to be philanthropic, you could, join our community. And
philanthropic. Wow.
You could join our community, and you'd have to pay a little price, but you get exclusive stuff on that, including
early
videos,
access to
videos, bloopers, which we're gonna do a blooper reel on that short we just did.
Oh, that's if we don't get canceled for that last short.
Sorry, D&D. Cool. But we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.